Hello and welcome back to another day at BGCTV. I'm Elizabeth.
And I'm Kelly, and today Wait, that wasn't right.
Oh, my bad. Let me try that again. Welcome back. I'm Kaylee.
And I'm Elizabeth. Hold on, you're closer, but still no.
Okay. Hello everyone, I'm Joe.
And I'm confused.
And today we're talking about domestic animals.
I give up. Domestic animals are just the opposite of wild animals. They're tame animals that are usually cared for by humans, like pets and work animals.
When you think of domestic animals, most people think of pets like dogs and cats. But this category also includes animals like cows, sheep, and other animals that you often find on farms.
You'd be surprised how many species of animals have been tamed and trained to live with humans. In fact, Joe is standing by ready to tell you all about some unusual animals that are sometimes kept as pets. Let's head over to him now.
We all know the usual pets that everyone can get, like dogs or cats or even fish. But have you ever wondered what other kinds of pets you can get? Well, I'm going to tell you about some of them. This first pet that we're going to be talking about is the capybara. Capybara is the world's largest rodent, and they can weigh up to 140 pounds. Don't worry, they aren't like rats. They are a lot cuter. Now, capybaras are about the size of a medium-sized dog, and just like dogs, they are very tame. The catch to owning a capybara is that you need more than one because they are extremely social. You will also need to have plenty of space for and water for them. Maybe make them their own little pools. They like to swim a lot. Moving on over to our next unusual pet is one that looks similar to cats but is a bit bigger. They are called servals. Now, just like the capybara, you need a lot of space outside that is secure. These cats are nocturnal, which means they are more active at night and they can jump really high. They need a pool of water for drinking, swimming, and maybe even allow them to catch their own fish. These cats bond for life, especially if you bottle raise them, and can be very affectionate. But to get them that way, you need to spend a lot of time with them. Now, this last pet is a lot smaller than the rest. They are chinchillas. These little ones are active and playful and can be quite tame when raised from a young age. Now, chinchillas are more active when the sun starts to set and should be kept quiet in a quiet area during the day. To take care of them, you need to keep a consistent routine for feeding or playing, because any changes can stress them out. They need a rooming cage for exercise as well as playtime. Plus, the cage should be kept cold-ish so they don't overheat. Now make sure to gain your chinchilla's trust. It may take some time for them to get used to you. Now, all these pets may be very cool, but it might be hard to talk your parents into getting one. That's all the time I have. We will be right back with Elizabeth and Kelly.
Thanks, Joe. I can't wait to go home and ask my mom if I can get a capybara.
Good luck with that, Elizabeth. Well, speaking of pets, we know that no matter which animal you have, you're gonna have to train it.
Whether you want your pet to do tricks or follow simple commands, it takes some work to teach them.
We're gonna head over to our friends Jessica and Sean, who have 2 dogs that they've worked hard to train. They'll tell you all about what it takes.
My name is Sean.
Hi, my name's Jessica.
And this is my dog, Kaladin.
And this is Sil, the girl. You can tell she's a girl because she's super poofy. Mwah. And because she's a girl.
And we're here to show you how to train the dogs. It is a lot of work and incredibly rewarding, but it does take a lot of dedication. So we have treats here, and they really want the treats. Sil is toy motivated, so she likes her ball.
Do you want your ball? You want it? Ready? 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 Oh, where is it? Ready? Go get it! Oh, I didn't do it far enough.
Alright, can you sit? Sil, sit. Good girl. And so she'll do her tricks for her ball, and Kaladin is treat motivated, so he'll do them for a treat. Sit. Good boy. Can you go down? Okay, down. Good boy. Sit. Sit. So when we're training the dogs, we teach them all on the presence of steps. So we're teaching them to sit. She goes down. we would get them the treat and they'd be excited. And as we'd move our hand backward, they'd eventually just sit down, and then we would move our hand in a motion over their head like this. Now they associate this motion with sitting. So they know sign language, up. And we do the same sign for each trick. So if we want Sil to say, I love you. Good girl.
She could do it better.
Okay, Sil.
Do it again.
Sit. Say, I love you. You don't want to? You don't want to? Okay. And we don't make them do any tricks. If they don't want to, they just don't get a reward.
She's looking
And
for
she'll
it, though.
find
You
it.
dropped it.
Did you get the treat? Good girl.
Let's do touch.
All right, Sil. Sit. And so they always know the steps of sit. And then if I open up my hand, touch. She can do that so well. Good
Let's
girl.
go
There you
higher.
go.
Go higher.
Go ahead.
All right, ready? 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 Sit. Sit. Touch. Oh, she
Oh,
did.
good girl. Here you go. What other
Count.
tricks?
Should we do them at the same time?
Ooh, all right, Calvin, can you sit? Up. Sit. 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 Look. And
Oh, it's a friend.
leave it. Good girl.
So we teach them to leave it because they always are interested in things that they shouldn't be. Like that dog running around the street, or
Good
cat
boy.
that they
Good
tried to
leave it.
chase,
Good.
or they tried to
Good
eat ducks
leave it.
once. That was not good. So if we teach them leave it, then they know that that's a no.
Leave it.
Oh,
Stay.
they really love friends.
Stay. Stay. Good puppies. Come here, you want a treat? Come
And
here.
they know
I
it's good. They don't really know what you're talking about, but they can tell the tone of your voice. So if you're like, good puppies,
boy.
then that's good. But if you say it in a mean voice, they know it's bad. So sign language and tone of voice is huge. Okay, let's have them do their tricks
right.
together.
Ready? All right. Let me see some treats. All right, come. Sil, Calvin, come. All right, Sil, Calvin, this. Ready? Ready? Touch. Oh, good puppies. All right, ready? Down. 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 And he just wants to lay down and say, I love you. Look, he said, I love you. I love you. Good girl. Good, I love you.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots of time, lots of effort, lots of dedication. You have to train them every day for 10 to 20 minutes. And when you do, you get puppies that are happy.
Should you tell them the story about his eyes?
Oh, Kaladin is very unique. If you can see his eyes here, his eyes are half brown and half blue in each eye. They're called dual bichroma eyes. And in Alaska and Siberia, the natives believe that he can see into the heavens and the earth with both of those eyes. So he's a very, very rare puppy.
And super lucky. They say that's really a lot of luck. So if you have a dog that has one eye that is brown and blue, he's super lucky, and that's really a normal thing. But two eyes that are both different colors is super lucky. So
We got lucky.
yeah.
We love them, and they love us very, very much.
Yeah. All right, let's end with where's Sean?
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, Calvin, sit, sit, sit. So they can play hide and go seek. And in our house, we get pretty creative. I've hidden in the wash machine before, under the sink, in all the closets. And they get pretty good at it. Hey, stay, stay, stay. Come over here. You can't see where he's gonna hide. Sil, Sil. Okay, ready? Where's Sean? Where is he? Where's Sean? Where is he?
Oh, good puppy. Good puppy. Good job. They're really good dogs.
Yep. So those are our puppies.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, bye.
Wow, that was super impressive.
Agreed. I'm gonna go home and see if I can train my fish to do some tricks.
Let me know how that goes, Kelly.
Will do. Thank you so much to Jessica and Sean for sharing all that with us.
We're going to take a break for the wellness tip, but we'll be back with another visit to someone who works with a different kind of animal.
Hey guys, it's me, Kelly again, filling in for Kaylee. Today I want to talk to you guys about being kind to yourself and others around you. Be kind to yourself because we all make mistakes, but that doesn't change our identity. It doesn't define who we are. Don't let your mistakes determine how you see yourself. Did you know that you aren't the only one who has bad days or feels a little sad sometimes? Yeah, it's true. Everyone gets sad or has a bad day once in a while. So that is why we shouldn't judge anyone based on the bad day that they had. Being kind to someone can go a long way because you never know how they're already feeling on the inside. Someone could be having a really bad day and maybe they already feel kind of sad, and then what if someone went and wasn't kind to them? It'd probably make their day way worse and make them feel even more sad. But maybe someone went to them and was kind instead. It could change their whole day around. Emotions can be a scary thing sometimes because we don't always understand them, but we can never let our emotions get the best of us. Even if we are super mad or sad or scared, we should still try to be nice to each other. That is all I have for today, so remember to always speak positivity and kindness, and don't forget to smile. Bye!
Have you ever wanted to walk your dog off their leash, but you're afraid they might run away? Well, I have just the thing for you. A magnetic leash. As you can see, you just put this on your dog, and you have this nice bracelet, and it's just basically attached to you. See? Still attached. Boom. It's so effective that your dog can run and run and run and run. But you don't have to worry. They're definitely still connected to you. They're not lost. They're just really far away. So don't worry. Just call 1-800 My Dog Did Not Run Away to get yours today for only $300.
Today is all about domestic animals, and a big thing that goes along with that is farming. Farming is awesome, but it wouldn't be possible without the farmers. We have Kate out on the farm interviewing Kimberly Green now.
Hi kids, it's Animal Week, and today we're going to talk about farm animals with Kimberly. We're out at Green Acre Farms.
Hello.
She's going to show us some of her farm animals. Are you ready? Let's check out the chickens. Okay.
Here is our chicken coop, and at Green Acres we have 7 chickens. They're all hens, no roosters for us. We use the chickens for fresh eggs. Should we see if there's any eggs in the chicken coop? Follow me over here. And we built this handy dandy side so I don't have to go inside the chicken coop. And fresh eggs on a daily basis, so you can see they have plenty of nest boxes to leave their eggs every night.
Kimberly, why is there a golf ball in with the eggs?
We put a golf ball in with the eggs so new hens know where to lay eggs, so they think it's already an egg, and it helps their natural instincts to know to lay the eggs in there rather than all over the chicken coop yard. Okay, so this is a barred rock chicken, and you can tell by the coloring of their feathers, and depending on the breed, the different size eggs that they lay or color of eggs that they lay. And I buy my chickens based off how they look because they're pretty.
Does that chicken have a name?
They all have names. I just don't remember what they are. This might be Ben. The buff one is called Crystal. We also have one called Nugget, and there's another one called Sandwich for chicken sandwich. We lock it at night because predators get in there. We've had a skunk in our chicken coop. We've had fox in our chicken coop, and we also have coyotes that come around. So we lock up that door at night. So he's wondering what we're doing, walking up on his nap time. But lots of times when people drive through a pasture and they see horses laying down, they think, oh my gosh, something's wrong with that horse. Don't be scared. Horses just take naps all the time. They can sleep standing up, but their favorite is after breakfast is to stretch out in the dirt and enjoy the sun.
What are you doing?
Okay, so this is my herd at Green Acres. And this is Samson. He's our colt. He is 9 months old and very curious, as you can tell. He's going to be a big boy, and he is a quarter horse. So that's a pretty common breed for horses, for trail horses, for rodeo horses, depending on what you want to do with them.
Getting pushed around.
Getting pushed around. And his coloring is called red dun. So if you want to bring the camera up around his back, it has this dark stripe, and that's what designates it as a dun horse. His mom is a buckskin, so the light colored with the dark hair, and his dad is a Grula stallion, and they look kind of like a rusty silver color. Kate's getting an itchy post. So we measure horses by hands, and Samson, when he's full grown, should be just over 16 hands, so over 6 feet, taller than Mr. Ebert here. And we'll come over here. We'll see if Samson lets these guys have part of the show. So these two are called Geldings, which means they're boy horses that no longer can have babies. And these are the ones that we ride the most at Green Acres. This horse is a sorrel because of his red-brown color. He's 5 years old, so he's full grown. His name is Cash, and he loves to be out on the trail. He loves to eat and take naps during the day, and he gets lots of that at Green Acres. Cash probably weighs 1,100 pounds, and they eat 20 plus pounds a day of food. So they graze on the grass in the summertime, and in the wintertime I feed them a mix of grass, hay, and alfalfa, and they get supplements to help their muscles and their bones because we go on lots of long, hard rides in the mountains. So this is Cash. Kate has Jaeger. Jaeger is a year younger than Cash, so he's 4. He is called a blue roan, so his coloring changes throughout the year. So in the wintertime he gets a really dark color, and in the summertime that sheds off to a lighter coat underneath. And we use Jaeger for trail riding. He's been a great babysitter for the baby as we've weaned him off of his mom. And you can see he's a little bit smaller than Cash because he's not quite full grown. So next year he should be about the same size. Jaeger probably only weighs 850 pounds, 900 pounds, but he'll grow to be big and strong just like Cash. Samson's not done being part of the movie, and he's a very curious boy. I wanted horses since I was little. I never grew up with them or was around them. I had a red Fisher-Price barn for Christmas when I was 4 years old, and I knew that one day I would grow up and be able to buy a place like this, so I've just loved them ever since. I love being with them. I love riding them. I love training them. And horses are a really great animal. They're almost like a therapy animal because they're just so big and they have really big hearts, and you can connect with a horse. So I couldn't go into someone else's pasture and ride their horse like I do mine because we have a really good bond together and work together a lot. And that's what I've loved about raising Samson, is I get to be a part of it from the day he was born until his very first ride. You can't ride horses until they're 2 years old. So you spend a lot of time with them between now and then. And I just love animals. They make me happy.
Hello, okay. I don't want to leave you out. Can you say hi to everybody?
They're so pretty.
One of the other cool things about horses that I love to watch is horses are a herd animal. So in the wild, there's usually a main stallion, and he is the boss and the protector of the entire herd. And there's one boss mare. So between the two of them, their job is to watch and protect over the herd. And in a domestic situation where I've brought them all together, so I have 3 boys together right now, they also have a herd dynamic. So Cash is the boss, which means he eats first, he drinks first, and he gets the shelter first. The second in charge is actually the colt, who is Samson, and he is more aggressive than Jaeger. So it's not necessarily by age or height. Horses have personalities, and they will figure out the herd environment. And when I bring the mom to Samson home, the mare, the herd dynamic will change again. She'll be in charge because she's the eldest and the most aggressive. Cash will be next on the totem pole, and Samson and Jaeger might switch. So horses' herd never stays the same as they grow older, as you interchange them with different horses. Their instinct is to follow the leader. Okay, so another neighbor of ours at Green Acres runs cows. So the cows you see behind me are called Holstein. Sometimes people use these for dairy cows. Other times people raise them up and use them for meat. They're somewhat friendly. They're not an animal that you could throw a halter on like a horse. And you can see their hooves are really cool and they're split down the middle. And they're very dirty. Okay, so another neighbor of ours run horses that are draft horses, which means they're really big, and they're called Percherons. Percherons are used for hitch horses, they're work horses, plow horses. So I'll have you come up a little bit closer and you can see just how big this one is. Her name's Ella, and she's a female. And I don't know if you can tell where I'm standing, but where my hand is on her neck, to give you kind of an idea of just how massive these animals are. I'm about 5'7" tall, and you have a horse behind you. I'm going to help you out for just a minute. And they are very big. So can you see how big her head is compared to me? But yeah, so Percherons are normally black. This one's obviously a gray type Percheron. And I just love coming out and watching them. When you hear them all running, it sounds like thunder. They're really cool. I'll have you scan down here to her hooves, and you can see just how big they are compared to my foot. Very, very large animals.
Wow, that was awesome. We are so grateful for farmers and for all they do. Special thanks to Kimberly for being interviewed by a BGC TV member.
Let's take a quick break and we'll be back with Joe.
I've always wanted to speak to my pets, but why would I want to have to call a pet translator every time? That can get way too expensive. So, what if you just made a one-time order of $1,000 to be able to speak to them forever? Well, it's a good thing that I can. I can buy the Collar Collar. The Collar Collar is a collar that has a little speaker on the side and translates what my dog is saying. It also has different languages such as Spanish, Chinese, Korean, German, and so many more. It's worth the price. So spend your $3,000 wisely and buy it at dogcollarsthatspeaktoyou.com for only $4,000.
Animals whose owners neglected them or who couldn't take care of them anymore tend to end up in animal shelters. There are plenty of animals in shelters, thousands even, like cats and dogs. We don't want these animals to be in there for the rest of their lives, so instead of going and getting a dog from a breeder, get one from an animal shelter instead. Now, when they are finally rescued or adopted into your home, they need certain care. When you adopt them, or maybe if you just have them in your home temporarily, the animal might still be dealing with their past traumas. The first thing that you need to do is be patient with your pet. Don't just introduce them to everything at once. Do it slowly. Make sure your animal has a safe space for them to go back to, whether it's a crate with pillows and blankets or someplace else. They need it. Don't make loud or sudden noises. This will scare your pet. Instead, just speak softly around your pet. Now, you don't want to punish your rescue animal if they do something bad. Instead, you want to reward good behavior. Just when you get a rescue animal, make sure you're ready for the possible health problems and other problems in general. Now, those are just some things that you can do to help your rescue, but just remember that your animal is no different than any other animal. They just have some adjusting to do. Right, we'll be right back with Elizabeth and Kelly for our next segment.
Thanks, Joe. Now it's time to talk about a whole different kind of pet. Show animals.
Show animals are animals that are in competitions and shows. Sometimes they are just on display, and sometimes they do a performance.
Sounds kind of like a beauty pageant for animals.
Kind of. There are all sorts of shows an animal could be in. One kind you've probably seen before is a circus or an animal show at a carnival or amusement park.
There's also rodeos. We have a lot of those here in Utah.
We sure do. There's also pet shows for dogs, cats, and rabbits where the pets can be judged on their appearance and the tricks they can do.
Oh yeah, like the Westminster Dog Show. Mm-hmm. That one's been around forever. Since like 1877. Seems like a pretty pawsome show.
Yep. Another one that's been around for a long time is farm animal shows and fairs. 4-H is one organization you might have heard of before. They've been around since 1902.
Wow. That's pretty cool. It sounds like there are a lot of different types of animal shows.
There sure are. There are more that we didn't even talk about.
Well, once I've trained my fish to do tricks, maybe I can enter him in a fish show.
I'd like a ticket to that show.
Well, it's time for us to say farewell.
We'll be back tomorrow to talk about a whole new category of animals.
Be sure to check out the links to do Pound with Becky and make origami butterflies with Anna.
Leave a comment down below and let us know what kind of animal you'd love to have as a pet.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.